Why brute force approach? Because when you come up with a brute force approach, then interviewer know that you know the answer for that question. So once you know the answer for any question, you can then only think about how to optimize that question, right? So for that, you should have a good problem solving skills. You should be familiar with the data structure, and you should know how to find time complexity. All right. Hello everyone, this is Mitesh from Coding Ninjas. Welcome to our new video on Google favorite DSA topics. So we know that Google is a big tech company, right? And we know that Google is a big product-based company. So Google love DSA and Google love to ask questions of DSA to their candidates. So inside DSA also we are going to talk about the favorite DSA questions that Google love to ask. Alright. So let me clear one thing, that Google can ask any question related to any DSA topic, alright? But inside that also there are certain amount of questions that repeat the most, right? So let's say that there are certain amount of topics in DSA that appears most in Google, right? So we're going to talk about that. Alright, so before we begin and before we talk about the topics, DSA topics, let me first talk about something else. And that something else is logical thinking, right? And if you're going for Google interview, or if you're going for Google Tech round, you should have a good logical thinking or good problem solving skills to approach Google questions, right? Or to approach any good product based company questions. Right, so you should have a good problem solving skills, and you can get good at problem solving skills by solving a lot of problems that were previously asked in that company or in any other good company. All right, you can solve those questions and you can become good at problem solving skills. Also, you should be familiar with time complexity, how to find time complexity of a given code, or how to find time complexity of your code as well. All right. So why time complexity? Because let's say first you're solving your question and you come up with a brute force approach. You should know that what is the time complexity of a brute force approach, and after that you have to optimize that code. Alright. So while we are approaching Google problems, so let's say you're in Google technical round. Alright, so there are certain phases of Google interviews. So first we have to go through a tech round, which is a coding round. Alright, so in that we have to directly approach the question we have to directly just find the optimized solution for that code. Alright, but when we are in the interview, we have to first think of a brute force approach to solve that answer, right? Why brute force approach? Because when you come up with a brute force approach, then interviewer know that you know the answer for that question, right? So once you know the answer for any question, you can then only think about how to optimize that question, right? Or how to optimize solution for that question, all right? So after coming up with brute force approach, you will then come up with the optimized approach for that solution for any solution. So for that, you should have a good problem solving skills. You should be familiar with the data structure, and you should know how to find time complexity. All right. Now let's talk about the most favorite DSA topic of Google. All right. And the most favorite topic of Google that are like frequently asked in Google interviews or in Google technical round, and that is graphs and trees. Alright, so there are certain amount of things in graph and trees that you should be familiar with, or you should have a good amount of knowledge in them. So those things are like, for example, in trees, we are talking about in trees. So you should be familiar with pre-order traversal, post-order traversal, in-order traversal, depth first search, breadth first search. You should be familiar with them. You should have a good amount of knowledge in them, and you should also know about, let's say, binary search tree. All right. But in binary search tree also we have many variations. So what type of variations you might ask? So in binary search tree also we have a balanced binary search tree as well. All right. So there is a huge difference between a simple binary search tree and a balanced binary search tree. Alright, so to demonstrate that difference, let's think of a binary tree. Alright, so let's say that we have total of 100 numbers from 1 to 100 and we have to insert those numbers in the binary tree. Alright, so let's just imagine for a second, we don't have to draw it, let's just imagine for a second that the root node is 1 and 1's right child is 2, 2's right child is 3, 3's right child is 4, and this will go so on until we reach till the last node that has the value 100. Alright. So if we carefully look at it, it has total number of n nodes, or let's say 100 nodes, and all of the nodes only have their right child. Alright, and this tree is valid tree because the right child, the value of right child should be greater than the value of root node, and this is satisfying in our binary search tree. Alright, but this binary search tree is not balanced. And if we also carefully look at this binary search tree, so our binary search tree is starting from here and it is like having only the right child. And if we like tilt our binary search tree a little bit, right, so we can see that it is kind of representing like a linked list, right. So all the operations that we will perform in this made binary search tree will have the same time complexity as of a linked list, and which is bad, right, because those operations will no longer be big O of log n. Alright, they will be some around big O of n. Alright, but we make binary search trees so that we can get answer in big O of log n. So for this we have to use balanced binary search trees. Alright, so you should have a good amount of knowledge in at least one balanced binary search trees. There are certain balanced binary search trees like red black tree or AVL tree. What they do is after you insert a node, they will find out that after insertion of that node the tree is balanced or not, and if the tree is not balanced, they will like balance themselves. So you should know that how they are balancing themselves, or how they are checking for whether the tree is balanced or not. Alright, so you should be familiar with this, because like in any Google question, they mainly focus on the optimization of the solution. Alright, so that's why you should be familiar with those, and also you should be familiar with recursion while solving trees or graph questions. So you know that basics, so the basic questions of trees and graph require recursion. Without recursion it will be like impossible to solve certain questions of trees and graphs. Alright, so you should have a good amount of knowledge in recursion as well. For graphs also you should have a good amount of knowledge in certain topics of graphs. There are certain algorithms like the Dijkstra algorithm, and there are many other algorithms of graph. You should know about minimum spanning tree, and why we have to use minimum spanning tree, we have to find the minimum spanning tree. Alright, so you have to have a good amount of knowledge in them as well. So the second topic we are going to talk about is, second DSA topic we are going to talk about is arrays and string processing. Alright, so arrays and string processing is like not a huge data structure in itself, but there are certain amount of questions that comes in them that are like very important. So you should be good with sorting algorithms. Like you should know that what is a good sorting algorithm for what kind of array. So let's say you are given an array. So you should know that if we use quick sort or if we use merge sort on that array, which type of sorting will give us the best result by looking at that array. Alright, so you should know that what is the worst case of quick sort, what is the best case of quick sort, and what kind of arrays quick sort will give good answer than merge sort. Alright, also you should know about merge sort as well, and you should know about certain other sorting algorithms and why they are worse than quick sort or merge sort. Alright, so you should know this as well. And while like approaching arrays question, you should know prefix sum, suffix sum of array, also like searching, sorting, and like binary search as well. So what is the time complexity of binary search, why we use binary search, and what kind of arrays we can use binary search, right? So you should know this as well. And there are questions regarding string as well. So mainly to approach questions regarding arrays or strings, you should know a certain amount of things, and basically the main thing you should focus while solving arrays and string question or in any other DSA question, that is like problem solving skills, alright, or like logic building skills, and you can get good at this by solving previously asked questions. Alright, So now let's talk about the next topic of DSA, which are frequently asked in Google company. Alright, and that is recursion. So if you go through like graph or trees, alright, also if you go through arrays or string, there are many questions that are solved using recursion. So you should be good at recursion to solve those questions. Also in certain cases, recursion give us the brute force approach to solve a solution. Alright, so you should know brute force approach. Now if recursion is giving us the brute force solution for an question, then what is the optimized approach for that solution? So optimized approach will be of course dynamic programming, alright, or DP we would say, right? So there are like basic problems of DP as well, like knapsack problem, or the basic problem that we learn that we solve while learning DP, right? So there are some amount of some like certain questions which we definitely learn while learning DP, alright. So we should be familiar with those questions as well. And in DP also, like we have a 1D array DP, or we have a 2D array DP. So in 1D array DP, we should know that how to approach that question. We should traverse from left to right, or we should traverse from right to left. And in 2D array DP, right? So there is a DP in which we use 2D array to store information. So in that also we should know that we should approach from bottom to top, or we should approach from top to bottom. And like what are the pros and cons of approaching in either way, right? Which is the best way to approach that question. Alright. And so like this is like it for DSA topics, and like these topics are the most frequently asked DSA topics which are asked in Google. Alright, and one more tip for you is that while you are approaching any question of DSA, right, in like any interview. So the main thing is that while you are thinking, let's say you are in an interview and your interviewer has asked you a question. So while you are thinking, you should think it out loud, right? You should say that what you are thinking and like in which direction you are approaching, right? So by that the interviewer will know that you're thinking in right way or not. He might give you hint, and he might like judge you from that as well, like whether you're deserving or not. Alright. So let's say now you're preparing for a Google interview, or you're preparing for Google technical round, and you're searching for the previously asked Google questions, right, which are asked in Google previously. So for that you can like search on Google as well, and another option for that is Code Studio website. So if you go to Code Studio website, which is by Coding Ninjas, so you can go to practice, and in that interview problems. So in interview problems, now let's say you're preparing for Google only. So you can filter questions which are previously asked in Google only. So you can see that I have filtered questions which are asked previously in Google, and there are a total of 272 results. So there are 272 questions available on Code Studio platform which are previously asked in Google, which you can practice to crack your next Google interview or next Google technical round. Alright. So this is it for this video. Thank you for having me. Have a nice day, and please subscribe to Coding Ninjas YouTube channel. Also, if you have watched the video till now, please also like this video as well. Alright, so thank you.